For today's video, we're gonna talk about travel makeup. If you are not subscribed to my channel, then you don't know that I'm currently away from home for 5 weeks. We're currently in Vancouver, Canada. We're spending 5 weeks here. Then we're traveling to St. Martin in the Caribbean, where we'll be for a week. We have a day in Miami, and then we're home to Toronto. The last time I did a trip like this, we were traveling to Chiang Mai in Thailand, and I literally brought my entire makeup collection. I had an entire suitcase full of makeup with me. This time around, we decided we were only gonna do carry-on luggage, so I had to keep my makeup really small and compact. So all of the makeup that I'm gonna talk about today fit in this little makeup bag. I had to make sure I wasn't bringing too much, but I had enough makeup for all of the different kinds of climates that I'm gonna be in, occasions that I'm going to be attending. I had to have a wide variety of makeup, but make sure that it fit into a small, compact makeup bag. You're gonna see a lot of my favorites in here because I can't be away from my favorite makeup for too long, and a couple of other products that are really great, super key if you travel a lot. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it too, and let's get on to the video. Okay, let's talk about complexion first. So the first thing I brought is my Charlotte Tilbury Unisex Healthy Glow. This is a tinted moisturizer. This product comes out white, and as you massage it into the skin, it starts to change color. Gives a really beautiful sort of tanned look to the skin, makes the skin look super glowy and fresh. It's a really natural look. It doesn't add a ton of coverage, but because I do tan my body and not my face, it's nice to get a little bit of an extra tan going on my face, and I really like the way that it looks, and it does even out the skin tone a little bit. So I'll wear that on a day where I don't really want to wear any makeup, just most days out here, honestly. I did bring 2 different foundations. Both of them are also from Charlotte Tilbury. Actually, this whole complexion section is gonna be all Charlotte. First foundation that I brought is my favorite foundation of the moment. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder Foundation. So this foundation is a light to medium coverage with a dewy finish. So because I'm not really wearing much makeup during this trip and I want my makeup to look natural if I do wear any, it's meant to look just like skin. So it just kind of disappears into the skin, evens out my skin tone, covers any blemishes that I need to cover, and has a really beautiful dewy finish to it as well. The other foundation that I brought is my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. This foundation is a medium to full coverage foundation. It has a demi matte finish. So I brought this one for if I just felt like wearing a more full coverage foundation or a foundation that was more matte. Both of these foundations do also have SPF 15, so the Magic Cream that I'm using still currently has SPF 15 in it, so the combination is a 30, which is good for me for protecting my little face. The next product I brought is my Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. If you guys have been watching me, you know I'm obsessed with this. You can use this in a bunch of different ways, but my favorite way to wear it is actually on top of the Unisex Healthy Glow as a highlight. So I'll put it on the high points of my face and just buff it in with my finger. It does a really beautiful job of just catching the light as you go throughout the day. It's a highlighter that doesn't have any glitter in it, so it looks really natural and fresh, gives almost like a wet look to the skin. I'm also really excited to wear that when we get to St. Martin in the Caribbean. I feel like that's such a pretty product for vacation. So my favorite powder is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder. That is a pressed powder that comes in a compact. I didn't want to bring those with me because they're super delicate. They're really fragile. Charlotte doesn't put any binders into any of her powders, so they don't pass the drop test, and they don't do well with traveling. So because we're going to be traveling pretty frequently, I didn't want to bring the compacts with me. So instead, I brought my Charlotte Tilbury Genius Magic Powder. This is a loose powder. I have it in shade number 2. This is a really beautiful powder as well. It's not like I had to bring something that I didn't like. I don't have to worry about it breaking. It's pretty compact for a powder, and it does a great job. The next product that I have in my complexion section is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Beauty Light Wand in the shade Spotlight. So this is a more dramatic highlight. It's a cream product, so again, really good for the hot weather when we're down in the Caribbean. It's definitely gonna give more of a dramatic glow, a really, really nice bright highlight. Really pretty for nighttime. If you're taking any flash photography, it looks absolutely stunning. I absolutely love this product. I love this highlighter, and I couldn't leave home without it. I actually did not bring a concealer. The concealer that I had at home ran out the day before I came out here. So I'm gonna go to Sephora and pick a new one up. But I don't have a concealer to show you guys today because I didn't bring one with me. So that's all I have for complexion. Let's move on to the face. So this product right here is an amazing product for any kind of traveling that you're doing. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Glow palette. In this palette, you get a bunch of different powders. So we've got these 3 along the top, which are meant to be eyeshadows. We've got a bronzer and a powder highlight, and then 2 blush colors. But the nice thing about this is that you can actually use all of these any way that you want. So any of these could be eyeshadows. You could mix these 2 together if you had a deeper complexion and needed a deeper highlight. You can use these all over the face in a bunch of different ways. This is so convenient and handy for travel because I didn't need to bring a really big eyeshadow palette. I didn't need to bring a big bulky bronzer and highlighter or any blushes. Everything just comes together in this one little compact, and it's very, very portable. The powders in here are all really soft, very pigmented, so it's great quality, just like everything else from Charlotte. She does these palettes limited edition a couple of times a year, and she'll come out with different shades. If you travel a lot, it's gonna save you a ton of space in your makeup travel bag. Okay, let's talk about eye makeup. So I didn't need to bring this product, but it fit in my bag because it's nice and compact, so I brought it. This is the Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette. I brought this one because these colors are very different from the rest of the colors in the palette that I just showed you. I really like to have a pop shade with me all the time. So the Charlotte Tilbury pop shades are really pretty. They're super glittery. It's like the easiest way to wear glitter. Pretty much like top coats. You just put them on over top of whatever other eyeshadow that you have on, and it gives a really beautiful sort of glittery effect to the eye, makes it pop. That's why it's called the pop shade. So that's all I have for powder eyeshadows. I did bring a couple of cream shadows as well. I am obsessed with these products right now. I use them on all of my clients. I use them myself almost every day when I'm doing my makeup like fully. These are the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize eyeshadows. So they're cream shadows. I have them in a couple of different colors with me here today. I have Jean and I have Rose Gold. So Rose Gold was limited edition. You guys can't get it right now, but I'm sure she'll bring it back because it's super popular and people are always at the counter looking for it. Keep your eyes out. If you see this come back on her website, pick it up. It's so beautiful. When I first got it, I didn't love it, but now I'm just totally obsessed with it. It's weird how that happens with products sometimes. I have a few products in my collection that are like that actually. The other color that I have with me is called Jean. This is more of a champagne color. I use this color for almost all of my brides and bridesmaids. It's just so pretty for the inner corner of the eye or all over the lid. Really nice for just a really soft makeup look as well, with a little bit of bronzer in the crease and some mascara. Really, really pretty. I love these guys so much. They're really long wearing. They don't crease. I just put them on with a fluffy brush. I'll show you that brush later when we get to the brushes. Another creamy pop product that I brought with me is my Glossier glitter. What do they actually call this? A glitter gelée. So I could not buy this product when I saw it come out online. It just speaks to me on another level. I don't really get a lot of opportunity to wear it, so I thought it would be really nice to bring with me to the Caribbean. It just puts really big chunky glitter on the lid, and it looks so pretty in pictures, and it's just something really fun and special that you can do for your eye makeup. I really like popping it just right in the center of the lid or all over for a more dramatic look, and I can't wait to wear that when we get to the Caribbean. This all over my eye with some Hollywood Flawless filter all over my face is gonna be my mood while I'm down there. And I have that in the shade Phantasm. I did bring one gel liner with me. This is the Maybelline Black is Black gel liner. This is my favorite gel liner to work with. It's just really easy to use, creamy. I can usually get through a whole jar before it dries out. This is what I brought for black liner with me. I did bring a couple of other eyeliners as well. These are Charlotte Tilbury Rockin' Cool pencils. I've been having fun playing with the colorful versions of these lately. So I brought this one right here. This is called Marlene Midnight. It's a really pretty navy blue liner. And then I also brought Barbarella Brown for a nice chocolatey brown liner as well. These liners are really nice. They go on really creamy and smooth, and then they dry down and set, and they're really nice and long wearing. They're waterproof and they last in the waterline for quite a long time. So for brows, I brought my Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift in the shade Rita. It comes with the product on one side and the spoolie on the other, so that's really helpful for travel. I don't have to have a separate spoolie. And then I can't live without brow gel on super natural makeup makeup days, I'll just pop in a little bit of brow gel into my brows, or if I'm doing my full brow, I'll use this to set it and add some more dimension to them. And this is the Glossier Brow Gel in the color brown. I did bring an eyeshadow primer. This is the Lorac eyeshadow primer. I've been working on getting through this guy forever. It's not my favorite, but it works perfectly fine, so I'm trying to use it up. Hopefully I can finish it soon. And then I do have my favorite mascara combo with me as well. This is the Dior 3D Maximizer Primer, my mascara primer, and then my Full Fat Lashes mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. This is my favorite mascara ever. It gives curls, separation, volume, and length. The wand is really nice and tapered, so it's really easy to get in your inner corner of your lashes, do your lower lashes with it as well. I just love it because it's so good at separating, so I can do a bunch of different coats and get a really nice dramatic looking lash, but my lashes don't clump together, so they stay nice and separate, really full, really, really pretty. I love these two together. They're a really great combo. The 3D Maximizer mascara is really good for maintaining the health of your lashes. I've actually noticed when I use this consistently that my lashes grow, which it's meant to do. So it's really great for that, but then also works really nicely to add a base to your mascara so that your mascara is thicker, and I find that it does help my mascara really last throughout the day as well. I keep getting my little orange toes in the frame. So I did bring 4 of my Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks with me. I'm pretty surprised about the colors that I chose to bring. Now that I'm out here and it's really hot and beautiful weather, I feel like I was choosing lip colors for fall and not summer. I'm sure the fall weather will come eventually and I will be happy I have these. So the first lipstick that I brought is my favorite go-to lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury. This is called Penelope Pink. You can see I've almost used up the entire lipstick, and I have probably at least 30 of these Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks and probably 50 or more lipsticks in total. So for me to have almost used up an entire one is very impressive. So that's Penelope Pink. It's a really pretty peachy pinky nude. I feel like it's so pretty for every day. It looks really pretty with a really dramatic makeup look as well. I just absolutely love it. The formula on these lipsticks is so nice as well. Super creamy, really hydrating, antioxidants and vitamin E, so it's almost like wearing a lip balm on your lips. I just totally love them. The next lipstick I brought is another favorite for every day. This is called Stoned Rose. So this is more of a rosy, peachy color. It's got a little bit of brown in it as well. This is a color that I really love. I feel like it just goes with every single look for daytime. You can just pop it on whether you're wearing a lot of makeup, a little bit of makeup, whatever other makeup you have going on your face, this color is gonna work with. The color can be really manipulated with different lip liners as well, so you can make it look more pink, you can make it look more brown, you can make it look more nude. These two are like my go-to everyday lipsticks from Charlotte Tilbury, so that's why it happened with me here. The next one is Bitch Perfect. I'd say this is probably my third go-to lipstick from the collection in terms of like everyday, just grab them and go kind of lipsticks. This one you can see is similar to the other ones. It's got a peachy pinky undertone. It's a little bit more pink and a little bit darker than the Penelope Pink, so nicer to wear with a more natural makeup look. Sometimes Penelope Pink can wash you out a little bit if you're don't have a lot of other color on your face, so Bitch Perfect would work really nicely in there. Charlotte says it's a universal shade. I wouldn't say it's universal, but it definitely works on a lot of people, and when they swatch it at the counter they always go, oh, it's so peach, but peach looks really nice on the lip. Obviously all of these have a peachy undertone and they all look really different and all very pretty, so definitely don't shy away from the peachy colors. The last lipstick that I brought is this guy right here. This is Walk of Shame. This is probably Charlotte's second most popular lipstick behind Pillow Talk. Definitely in the Chinese demographic, the girls really love this color. This is a really pretty rusty sort of brick red, and this is in the Matte Revolution formula as opposed to the other three, which are the Kissing, which is more of a satin. That definitely has more of a fall feel to it. If any of Charlotte Tilbury's lipsticks are a universal color, this is the one. This works on so many different skin tones, hair colors, eye colors, ages. This lipstick looks good on everybody, so if you're thinking about getting a Charlotte Tilbury lipstick and you don't know which one to get, definitely go for Walk of Shame. You're gonna love it. I did bring 3 other lipsticks as well. I've been really enjoying liquid lipstick formulas lately, which is kind of surprising because they were not my favorite for a really long time, but I just like how long they last without having to touch them up. So the next lipstick that I brought is this guy right here. This is one of my favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury's line. These are the Hollywood lips. They are liquid lipsticks. They have this really cool little wand on them. You can see it's sort of bent, so it goes around your lip really nicely. This is in the color Screen Siren. I'd say this is probably Charlotte's most beautiful red. Just that really beautiful, true, classic red lip. It's got that nice, strong blue base to it, so it really stands out. It literally lasts all day. I do not need to touch that up at all through eating and drinking through my entire work shifts. I absolutely love that lipstick. It's so stunning. So I brought that guy for my red if I do so want to wear a red lipstick. I brought this next one with me specifically with St. Martin in mind. Also, I guess the fall weather here in Vancouver. I really haven't worn this lipstick in a really long time, but I used to really love it. This is from Ofra Cosmetics. It's called Miami Fever. I bought it because it was a Kathleen Lights collaboration, and I used to be super into Kathleen Lights. So these are really, really nice liquid lipsticks as well. They're not too dry. It's a little bit of a thinner consistency, and it's a really pretty, fun, sort of orangey shade. I haven't worn colors like that in ages. I used to be obsessed with them. So I just grabbed it, and I thought maybe I would get a little bit more wear out of it. And again, I felt like that would be really pretty when we're down in the Caribbean. And then the last lipstick that I brought is from YSL. This is the Rouge Pour Couture in the color 27. So I absolutely love this lipstick. I didn't know I was gonna like it as much as I did when I got it. It's a little bit sheer, kind of a peachy color. It just goes on so nicely. It doesn't make the lips feel dry, and it's just such a pretty color. It just adds that tiny little touch of color to the lip without being a full pigmented lipstick. So if I just am wearing super natural makeup and I just want a little touch of color, I'll go ahead and throw that on my lips. It's the one I carry around with me in my bag, in my purse. It's just so easy to touch up with and to wear around all day. Just really, really love that guy right there. So I definitely have more of a peachy, sort of orangey undertone situation happening here. I was definitely feeling the fall vibes when I was packing my lipstick. I did also bring 4 lip liners. Apparently I brought 2 of this guy right here, but there's nothing wrong with that. This is Pillow Talk. This is a amazing lip liner from Charlotte Tilbury. Her liners are really nice. They go on super creamy and smooth. They don't tug at the lip at all. This color is her most famous. It is the world famous Pillow Talk lip liner, designed to mimic the color of your lips, so you can pretty much use it with any lipstick. It's just really, really gorgeous color, and I accidentally brought 2, but I'm not mad about it. I did bring a red lip liner. Oops, drying out a little bit. This is in the color Walk of Shame, so this will go with my Walk of Shame lipstick, and I can also use this with the liquid lipstick. I could use this with Stoned Rose as well. I'm just realizing now I forgot a sharpener though, so I mean, hopefully there's one in the condo. And then I did bring this lip liner as well. This is Soar from MAC. So a little bit deeper. I felt like that could go with a number of the lipsticks that I brought as well. And I also really like to fill my lips in entirely with this one and wear it by itself. So that's all the makeup that I brought with me for my trip. Let's just move on really quickly and just talk about brushes really briefly. I have a million brushes at home, but I definitely do not use them all. These are pretty much the brushes that I use on a daily basis if I'm doing a full face of glam makeup. So I pretty much have all of my favorites here, so I thought it would be fun to just touch on the brushes really quickly. Before we talk about brushes, I'm just gonna throw this out here. This is my beauty blender. I absolutely love beauty blenders. I don't know what we did before them. It's the perfect way to apply concealer. It's a great way to put on foundation. I really, really love this product. If you haven't tried out a beauty blender for your complexion products yet, you need to. They're amazing. So that's the first thing that I brought. I did also bring a foundation brush. This is my favorite foundation brush. It's the Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques. This guy is a buffing style brush, so I really like this with my Magic foundation. It really helps to buff the fuller coverage foundation into the skin so that it looks really natural. So I have that for an option for foundation if I don't feel like using my beauty blender. I have a couple of different brushes that are similar, but I use them for different reasons. So this is a Sigma. I've had this for so long. This is a Sigma F35. This guy right here I use for powder, so I'll set my under eyes with this, my T-zone, around my nose, my chin, all of that. So I'll use this for my setting powder. And then this guy, which is a similar shape but like a little bit more pointy, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Powder and Sculpt brush. I'll use this for bronzing, contouring, and highlighting. Really, really love both of these brushes. You need a brush that has this sort of tapered shape in your collection. It really makes a big difference in terms of precise application of your powders. And really, if you're contouring, a brush like this is gonna do all the work for you. It's gonna make it really easy to just blend it out and have it look nice and natural and not like a really harsh line down the side of your face. So love both of these guys. These two guys right here, I like to use sometimes for bronzer, sometimes I'll use this one for blush. This is the Real Techniques Duo Fiber Face Brush. So I really like the shape of this one. It's kind of a paddle brush, but it's a dual fiber, so it doesn't pick up too much product. So it applies bronzer really beautifully around the forehead and onto the cheeks. So sometimes I use this guy for bronzer, sometimes I use this, or sometimes I'll use this one for bronzer. So this is a MAC 129, really sort of a fluffy brush. This works really well for blush as well, but it's a good one for bronzer. The thing about using the bronzer in this palette is that it's pretty small in here, so that's why I've been using this one for the past couple days, because it just fits right in there. The other brush that I have for blush, I've literally had for as long as I can remember. This is the Face Contour Brush from Quo, which is the Shoppers brand. It has the perfect amount of bristles to pick up not too much blush, so you get a nice soft application of blush. The shape is perfect for it as well. I just really love this guy for blush application. It is a little bit busted, but I totally love it, and yeah, I couldn't go anywhere without this one. I have this guy right here, which is another duo fiber brush, and this is a Quo brush as well. People always talk shit about this brand, but these are honestly great brushes that I've had forever that I use every day. What I do with this is just, once I have my bronzer, my contour, my highlight on, I'll take this and just run it over top of everything, just shoo all over my face, and it just helps blend everything out so that there's no harsh lines. Makes everything look really natural, keeps everything looking soft. I just love using this brush as sort of a finisher in that way. And then I have this guy right here for highlighter. So this is an eyeshadow brush. This is a Sigma, I think it's an E30, E10. Sigma E10, I don't know, I can't see. It's a tapered blending brush from Sigma. It's meant to be an eyeshadow brush, but I really like it for precise highlighter application. I'll just dip the side of it into my highlighter and then dust it onto the tops of my cheekbones. Okay, so the last complexion brush that I have here is the MAC 252. This is a concealer brush, so I'll use this for spot concealing, cleaning up around my lips or around my eyeliner if I made a little bit of a mess and I need to clean it up a little bit. Really nice brush for that. Comes in handy for a lot of different things, actually. Okay, so for eyeshadow brushes, I have these three blending brushes right here. So this is a MAC 224. This is a tapered blending brush. I really like this for putting eyeshadow into the crease, blending out the outer corners. I've had this brush for ages, and it was also passed down to me from my aunt, so really good quality brush right here. It's been through a lot and still holding strong. And then I have these two brushes right here, which are basically the same version of one another. This is a MAC 217 and a Sigma E25. So these are both sort of paddle style blending brushes, really versatile, good for packing on shadow, blending. You can do a bunch of different stuff with these brushes. The MAC one is older, so a lot of the bristles have broken, so it's a little bit less dense. So I like that in some instances. And then the Sigma one is a little bit newer. It's still probably like 5 years old, but it's newer than the MAC one is, and so it's a little bit thicker, a little bit more dense, actually holding up really well considering how often I use it and wash it. So I was saying before that I really like to apply my cream shadows with a blending style brush, the Charlotte Tilbury ones. So this is the Real Techniques Duo Fiber Eye Brush. So this comes in the same set that this one came in. There's another brush that it comes with as well, sort of an in-between size that I used to use for highlighting. I really like this brush for applying cream shadows because it's a duo fiber. It doesn't pick up too much product, but it's still a blending style brush, so you're able to blend out the creams really nicely and get on a good amount, because if you put on too much cream shadow, that's when you're gonna have problems with creasing. So this applies the perfect amount of product and makes it really easy to blend out. So I brought this guy for my cream shadows. I have a couple more sort of smudger style brushes. So this is another Real Techniques brush. This is the shading brush. So it's pretty short and dense. I like this for putting color on the outer corner of my eye when I'm doing a smoky eye and I want a nice dark pigmentation on that outer corner. And then I have a pencil brush here. This is a Sigma E30, just a standard pencil brush, comes to a tapered point, so I always use this for my lower lash line shadow. I'll use this one on the lower lash line as well if I want a really smoked out, super dramatic lower lash line. This is my absolute favorite brush to do eyeliner with. This one is from MAC. I don't know the number, it's rubbed off, but I think it's the smallest angled liner brush that they have. I used to use it for eyebrows when I used powder for my eyebrows, and now that I don't do that anymore, I switched over and started using it for gel liner, and I absolutely love it. It makes it super easy to do a winged liner with. You can get a really nice, precise line. I just really love working with it. If you're looking for a brush to do gel liner with, I highly, highly recommend this one. It works really, really nicely. And then the last brush I have is this little guy from MAC. This is a 316 SE. I think this probably came in some kind of gift set or something at some point. I don't know for sure, but it's got this tiny little tip on it here, and I use this to apply eyeshadow to the inner corners of my eye. I really like it for that. Alright, so that was all the makeup that I have with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them for me down below. And don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss what I have coming up. Bye guys.